Bow our heads for prayer. Our most precious Heavenly Father, be with us tonight as we do the business for the people of the town and for all the people that are around us. Lead us and guide us and direct us in the direction that we should go. And if we get off the track, help put us back. We have a group here that we're going to do their thing tonight, and we want it to be for the people and for the people around them. So bless us, carry us through. In God's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Let's stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You can be seated.
Well, hey there. I'm all right.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Oh, we need to add an item. We need to add an item to the agenda. Under new business G, we need to add an interim planning director contract. It should be on your desk.
So, what do you want me to change?
Add an item G, for interim planning director contract.
Okay, I got it. Already. I approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented with the addition.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I made that motion.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Do you have any questions about anything that was in the the top part? If not, then I will open the public. Individuals wishing to address the board are asked to provide their name and address for the record and come forward. Anyone that wants to come and address the board, come forward. No one coming forward. We close the public comments. Now the department reports. Does any of the commissioners have any questions of department heads about what was in their report? We're down to public hearing, SD 2024-01.
This is going to be a little unorthodox because we don't have a planning director right now. So Kim's going to have to present the staff recommendations, findings, and staff report. I'll take this opportunity for the benefit of everybody in the room, if they can hear me. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, so it's a lot like court. Not quite as formal, but you'll see a lot of the same sort of discussion and cross-examining of witnesses and entering evidence, and parties withstanding have the ability to cross-examine and object. The board sits, as you recall, for the benefit of the board, you sit as like a panel of judges. You are to base your decision tonight on the evidence presented in this hearing this evening, and you have to base that decision on substantial, competent, relevant evidence that's presented to you here tonight. At this point, are there any ex parte communications, which is out of this hearing, statements or discussions, bias or conflicts of interest that any of the board need to disclose? about the pending subdivision preliminary plat approval. I will get into the issue of standing after Ms. Pickett presents the staff report. If you are a party in interest, other than the applicant or the property owner, which have standing by virtue of that.
I asked Angie to swear Kim in.
If you are a party with standing and you wish to cross-examine witnesses, then I'll ask for you to stand up and be recognized, and we'll have to get into the issue of whether you have standing to cross-examine witnesses at that time. And all parties do have to be sworn.
Raise your right hand. Put your left hand on the Bible. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name and address for the record.
Kimberly Pickett, 303 East Church Street, Benson. So I'm here tonight to present to the board SD 2024-01. The site owner of and applicant for this is Kevin Price. It's located at north of McKenna Drive and Lakeshore. It is approximately 13.92 acres, and it's currently zoned R11, single-family residential. The development is for a 24-lot, single-family detached residential neighborhood. The property is bounded by lots zoned R11. The property and all surrounding sites are zoned for medium-density residential development on the future land use map, so it is consistent. Staff recommends approval that all work to be done in accordance with the Town of Benson's Unified Development Ordinance. Staff recommends approval with the following provisions. The preliminary plat approval is contingent on technical review of construction drawings, addition of a Class A landscape buffer along rear of lots. A street yard canopy trees shall be installed in accordance with Benson's UDO. Show the utility easement on the lots. Development signage shall be located and permitted in accordance with Benson UDO. Pavement width at fire hydrants and cul-de-sac sizes shall be in accordance with the North Carolina Fire Prevention Code. Local Fire Authority, Benson Fire Department, NCDOT if streets are dedicated. Landscape screening of the detention pond and fence to prevent access to the detention pond for the safety purposes. The finding of facts that you're looking for tonight, if the board seeks to grant approval of the following must be determined to be met. If the board seeks to grant denial, they must determine that the following is not met. Consistent with adopted plans and policies of the town, the subdivision meets all requirement specifications of this chapter. The subdivision will not be detrimental to the use or orderly development or other properties in the surrounding area and will not violate the character of existing standards for development and properties in the surrounding area. The subdivision design will provide for the distribution of traffic in a manner that will avoid or mitigate congestion within the immediate area, will provide for the unified and orderly use of the extension of public infrastructure, and will not materially endanger the environment, public health, safety, or the general welfare. So I'm going to bring it back to the location site so you can all have that as we move forward.
And to enter that into evidence, the staff report, the application, all the materials that are in the board packet.
So can we enter that into evidence? Can I have a motion to enter that into evidence?
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve, enter in the evidence.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Do you have anything else, Ike, before we get into?
It would be a good time if there are any parties that would claim to have standing. That would be parties other than the applicant, other than the property owner, who would wish to not only speak on the matter, but to enter evidence to the board and also potentially to cross-examine witnesses. Generally, those are parties who are in opposition. Are there any parties here that would claim to have standing, that would wish to enter evidence or cross-examine witnesses presented? And if you later on want to, that we'll get into it then. This isn't like a one time and that's it. But, okay, I don't have anything further, Mr. Mayor. The first thing would be the applicant coming forward to present their their case.
I ask the applicant to come forward and speak in favor.
This one time when you're walking up, I apologize. Mr. Chandler, is there something, a concern we need to?
I'm just wondering if I need to go ahead and excuse myself since I'm a part of Lake Shore.
I don't think that
my
is.
land doesn't come into play here, but I'm a part of. I will be a part of Phase 3.
Would you, is there any kind of direct financial benefit to you from the approval, or do you have any kind of prefixed opinion on the matter, any kind of bias, any kind of ex parte communications that have occurred outside of this
None.
chamber? I don't think you have a conflict in that case. I don't know if the applicant wants to be heard or weigh in on that, or
Good evening, everyone.
ask anything else.
All right, good to see you. My name is Wiley Pope. I'm an attorney with Pope Law Group in Dunn. I'm here on behalf of the applicant. Just with regard to that quick question, Mr. Chandler, I do not believe you have a conflict. I don't believe you're required to recuse yourself. Obviously, if you feel compelled to do so, you can certainly do so, but I don't believe you have any financial interest in this.
I do not.
So I certainly don't have objection to him sitting here.
Very good.
Okay.
Don't we need to swear him?
Not attorneys.
Okay.
Again, I'm here on behalf of the applicant. I appreciate y'all allowing me the time tonight. I promise not to take too much time. I understand y'all are in the process of transition, trying to get a new director of planning, and I appreciate Ms. Pickett's testimony. And I'm pretty sure she covered everything. I just want to make it clear that we'd ask that the application, the staff report, obviously the preliminary plat itself, the notice of hearing, and the neighborhood meeting with the minutes from our neighborhood meeting that we held a couple of weeks ago be admitted into evidence. Also, I would like for the council to take judicial notice of your UDO and just incorporate that by reference. It's on your website. I didn't go to the time to print it out, nor do I think we need to. So if you will enter those into evidence and take judicial notice of the UDO, I would like to call Jason Godwin up to testify just briefly, and we're going to just roll through this as quickly as we can. Of course, we'll be here to answer any questions y'all have.
Mr. Pope, do you want to make a motion for those items to be?
Yes,
put
that
in
would be
record?
my motion.
Or ask them for a motion.
Yeah, I would ask that those matters be admitted into evidence.
I'll make a motion, we admit those matters into evidence.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no.
Jason's gonna come up. She's gonna have you sworn, Jason.
Give your name and address.
Jason Gold, Inc. Engineers, 1503 NC 50 South, Benson. I do.
Jason, if you would just stand right here with me so we get the mic. State your name again for the record.
Jason Godwin,
And where you currently work.
Enoch Engineers.
And tell the board, I'm sure they may know about your educational background.
Bachelor of Science from NC State, 2-year degree from Wake Tech, Survey Technology,
And you're a registered engineer,
registered surveyor.
registered surveyor. And you have worked with Mr. Temple as well, that's here, on the development of this preliminary plat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're familiar with Benson's UDO?
Yes.
Okay. In your opinion, and again, Ms. Pickett covered a lot of this, I just want to get evidence from you. The proposed preliminary plan, in your opinion, is it consistent with the land use plan?
Yes.
Okay. And it's proposed for medium density residential, I believe, does that sound right?
R11.
Okay. And you previously submitted this preliminary plat to what we call the TRC, the Technical Review Committee,
Correct.
and they've had the opportunity to review that?
Yes.
Okay. And when it goes to the TRC, it gets reviewed by officials, particularly with concerns to the electric, the fire, the planning, sewer, stormwater, and water.
Yes.
When you submitted that to the TRC, did they respond to you with questions, concerns, changes that should be made?
Just from the comments from earlier.
Okay.
TRC.
And so you you updated your preliminary plat and addressed any concerns that the TRC would have raised?
Yes.
Okay. And some of those might have been street improvements, including
Right,
you know,
trees and.
buffers, sidewalks, and
that's
that kind
correct.
of thing. Subsequent to this, before there's any development, you would obviously have to seek and get approval from the DOT for a driveway permit
Correct.
and potentially encroachments to permit for the utilities.
Yes.
Now, this property, it's in the Benson, ETJ, is that right?
That's one where.
And if approved, it would be proposed to be brought into the town.
Yes.
Okay. The preliminary plat, is it consistent with the adopted plans and policies of the town, including all aspects of the UDO?
Yes.
You think it will meet the town's need for additional housing in this area?
Yes.
Okay. This is what we're loosely referring to as Phase 3. I believe we have referred to it as, it's referred to up here as Lake Shore,
Yeah.
and we kind of refer to it loosely as Johnson Place Phase 3.
Correct.
This proposed development, would it be consistent with the existing development surrounding uses that are
Ye-
currently there?
Yes.
Anything in this development that you would find that would be detrimental to the orderly development of other properties surrounding it?
No.
You don't believe it would violate the character and the existing standards for development of similar properties in the area?
No.
Okay. You designed this plat in particular to help mitigate congestion and for the distribution of traffic,
Yes.
and that's because, in particular, it has two ingress and egress points.
Correct.
One of those is off of Dog Eye Road, and that's where you'd have to get DOT approval.
That's correct.
And then the other would be an extension of McKenna Drive.
Yes.
Okay. And you believe the design, as designed, would not create any kind of traffic concerns or congestion?
I do not.
Okay. Anything about this plan that you think would materially endanger the environment, the public health or safety, or general welfare?
No.
Okay. And upon your review, the proposed preliminary plat, in your opinion, meets all the submittal criteria for a preliminary plat for a major subdivision under the UDO?
Currently, yes.
Okay. And of course, you'll have to come back subsequently for further
State-
plats? Yeah.
State approval, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so you will have to come back and further revise your map once you get some additional approvals
That's
and
correct.
as you further design and do construction maps and the like.
That's correct.
Okay. That's all I really have. Fleet Temple also worked on the preliminary plat. He's here with us. We are all available for questions if you have any questions. I appreciate the time and opportunity to be here. And that-
Do you have anyone else you want to call for?
Not at this time, not unless there are any questions that we can't address directly. Fleet would be available.
I'll call again if there's any party withstanding, and let me just elaborate on that for the benefit of anyone in the room who came here tonight to speak on this. If you're a party withstanding, other than the applicant or the property owner, you need to demonstrate some special or proximate damage that you would incur or that you would experience by the approval or non-approval of the proposed subdivision, of the proposed preliminary plat approval. Once you substantiate that and the board will rule on it, then you can act as a party, much as the applicant is, and you can question witnesses and offer your own evidence. Is there anyone here with standing or who would like to claim that they would have standing?
Certainly, we just speak on this, not just to find out something about what kind of home that they're gonna build and the square footage, something like that, not lived out there 40 years.
Well, generally, we're pretty liberal about letting parties speak. However, this is an evidentiary hearing. It's similar to, it's called a quasi-judicial hearing, so it's a little bit like court. If you have testimony that you want to provide, either in favor or opposition, then there'll be a time where the mayor will call up parties in opposition who want to speak, and you can speak as to matters of your, what you know about this particular property or the development or something like that, again, if you're a party, then that's a different story. If you just have questions, then I would suggest, as far as like the nature of the type of homes and things such like, I would ask the developer, and you can, they're here, I believe, or
Property owner is Kevin Price, but we have some general information that we could provide.
Okay.
to you.
Does that respond adequately to your question, or?
I don't know anything about it, so we're just trying to get some information on the layout. I know there's 24 plots, so it just seems like a whole lot of that section, so we're just trying to get some information more than anything else.
At the conclusion of the hearing, I'll be glad to kind of step out with you and we'll kind of try to answer your questions specifically.
Yeah, I want y'all to have what you need. Just now's the time where evidence gets submitted to the boards for them to consider. So we'll work together. Somebody will get you answers as best they can.
Be happy to talk with you. We just asked for your approval of the preliminary plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we'll call anyone that has opposition, that they want to speak in opposition to this application. Come forward. Those that would like to speak in opposition to the application, come forward. No one coming forward? We close the opposition part. We go to the applicant's rebuttal.
I would say Mr. Pope probably doesn't have a rebuttal since no one offered any evidence in opposition to the probably next step would be for the board to ask any questions of any parties that testified or the applicant or any other witnesses that they've made available to you here tonight.
At this time, we'll ask the commissioners if they have any questions that they want to ask of the applicant. Any other questions from the commissioners? I now will call the commissioners into deliberation. Once you call into deliberation, no person may address the commissioners. So, does the commissioners have any conversation in their self as to what the outcome should be?
So while you're deliberating or considering which questions to ask among yourselves and deliberate about, the applicant's made a prima facie case that this does satisfy the findings of fact. There's been no opposition, no evidence offered in opposition or in contravention of that. So I would say that, generally speaking, and there's case law to back this up, that you only have enough evidence presented to you for an approval at this point. You don't have any evidence offered contrary to the evidence offered by the applicant for approval. But I don't want to squelch your deliberation. I just want to bring that up because that is case law.
Any questions, any discussion? Now we'll call on the commissioners to make a motion to approve or deny.
I would suggest we go through each criteria, even though maybe a little bit of form over substance. It's always good. We have that in the record, in the minutes, and then when we draft the order. So.
Okay. You want to go through them one by one?
That would be best. Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
Can you see them, Will?
Yes, sir. I got new glasses. Yes, Max.
You read the ones.
Well, shouldn't Kim stand up and read them?
I can read them again.
Do that, one at a time, dear.
Absolutely. Get my steps in. It's consistent with the adopted plans and policies of the town.
Now, we vote on that.
I would suggest you make a motion, vote on that, each one of the four, and then you'll have one motion at the end to approve or not approve based on those four.
I make a motion, we approve number one.
All in favor, say aye. Okay, number 2.
Number 2, the subdivision meets all required specifications of this chapter.
I'll make a motion to approve. Number 2.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Okay, 3.
This subdivision will not be detrimental to the use or orderly development of other properties in the surrounding area and will not violate the character of existing standards for development of properties in the surrounding area.
I make a motion that we approve number 3.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Number 4.
The subdivision design will provide for the distribution of traffic in a manner that will avoid and mitigate congestion within the immediate area, will provide for the unified and orderly use of the extension of public infrastructure, and will not materially endanger the environment, public health, safety, or general welfare.
Make a motion to approve number 4.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no.
All right, and then you have to do the final approval,
Make a
right?
motion, we approve it all in total. I'll read it. The Board of Commissioners motions to recommend approval for SD 2024-01 or 24 lot single family residential subdivision.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We close the public hearing. Okay. Budgetary.
Well, for anybody that's here also, we have information in the planning department, so if you want to contact us as well, we're more than happy to filter any questions you have. Just give us a call.
You're gonna do the budget?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
All righty. So at the end of January, for January, we should be at 58%. We were 61.62% revenues. So we were up, and we were 60.92 in expenses. So our expenses were less than our revenues, and we're up on both. If you have any questions, let me know.
Does anybody have any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve it.
Make a motion.
Oh, go ahead.
I make a motion that we approve.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no.
All right.
The budget amendment number 5.
Again, this is just starting to be a monthly thing for me to clean up. If we have revenues that are over, to bring it down to some of the expenditure line items that are also over, just to balance it out so that at the end of the year, it's not such a huge budget amendment. So this is basically just kind of cleaning it up. Budget amendment number 5.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion that we approve.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Consider approval of the betterment project to replace 45 linear feet, 6-inch water line. Kim.
This is the conversation that we had, I think we had it Friday and Saturday night of our board retreat. But there is a water line underneath currently 301 where the roundabout is being done. The concern with staff is that it's so old that once a lot of impaction goes on in that area, they're worried that the water line will break. And so we're asking to replace that 45 linear feet, which is exactly right underneath the roundabout, so we won't have to go back and recut asphalt once the project is over. It is under $30,000. It's $29,304.08, and the contractor that is there currently, Jimco, would do the work.
How long does this extend?
I have not gotten a formal timeline from DOT. But there's a lot of other things that they also they have to relocate a water line and they have to abandon the stormwater line. So when I have an official time, I'll let y'all know. I'm thinking it may be 30 days, but I don't know for sure yet.
Kim, how many other things that you're aware of, if any, that we're going to have to pick up the cost?
This is all. I actually sent Addison an email today at the request of Jeremy because he's concerned about Royster, because we keep having, I think that's the road, we keep having to go in and patch. And so I sent it to Addison today. He's the engineer on the project, because there's concern that they're damaging the road more. And Addison assured me that they would look at it, and if their detour has caused damage to the road, then they would repair it at the end of the project. So,
Roads around town are just right there.
well, that one in particular. So if there's more, I'll go. I mean, if Jeremy has any other concerns, we'll send them to Addison as well. But right now, just that one is
So
the concern.
Addison is with DOT,
Yes, sir. He's the engineer on the
Okay.
project.
but the project guy that's going to do this water line for us is the project manager over the roundabout.
This is
He is not with DOT, he's got the contract.
he's got, yeah, it's the contractor on the project. Jimco is the contractor. But this has got to go to DOT because DOT is considering it a betterment now.
So DOT is the one that said that they did not want to pick up the cost of this water line.
Of this one, no.
Okay, but it was DOT that said it, it was not the contractor that's doing the roundabout.
No, no, no. The contractor's fine doing the work, but
Okay.
DOT wouldn't pay for it.
Okay, DOT, though, are the ones that will make the decision off Lincoln Street and off McClam, where we're getting, if, after this is all over with, where the big trucks are really impacting the highway, will they look at that to see if we can get any funding for paving off that?
I can ask. I can tell you that the area of Royster, we patched it last week and it's already damaged again. So that's what brought Jeremy to ask, hey, can you find out from them if they'll, what to do? He actually asked them to move the detour. And Addison said if there's problems with the road, we will go back and fix it. So if there's infrastructural problems, we can have them go out and look and see what the damage is. That's what they're doing with Royster. I'm not saying they're going to pave the whole road, but they'll go
Yeah.
and fix the problem
I
area.
understand that, but if we can get any help from them, I was just wondering with the comment that you made, is he the one that we would be talking to later as far as take a look at this?
Yes, Addison.
That's why I really wanted the road, all the detours to be filmed before we ever started, so we can look at before and after, because I figured we were going to get caught up with some costs that we didn't have the paving money to redo it. And did they ever say anything about taking Church Street right straight out to 50 instead of Parish Drive?
No, but I'll go back to them again with it.
Please ask them. All they got to do is look at it for about 30 minutes, and they'll decide that those big trucks cannot make that turn on Lincoln Street.
Okay.
It's awful.
Well, I talked to Eason today, and just trying to find out what the position of DOT would be. And he said if there was money left over from the project that they would help pay for it. But he said they don't have a fund as far as what's under the roundabout to do that. But if there was, like you're talking about the paving, if things like that comes up, then that's something they could do. So we'll have to see where we stand and what it winds up costing and see what we can get from them. They know we've had a lot of problems with the traffic and the detours that we had, but I think they'll do what they can. What's the feeling of the board?
I just about forgot. Would you state that again?
It's to approve the betterment for that 45 linear feet for $29,304.08.
I make a motion that we do that.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no.
Okay.
Resolution 251-2024, CDBG1.
So this is another paper for CDBG. The purpose of this memo is to summarize the updated CDBG compliance plans for the town's 2020-2021 Community Development Block Grant Infrastructure Program being presented for adoption at this board meeting. The town was awarded CDBG-I grant from NC Department of Environmental Quality, Division of Water Infrastructure in April of '21. The CDBG program manual was adopted in November of '21, containing initial compliance plans and policies designed to meet requirements for participation in the CDBG-I program. DWI requested the town to update the compliance of the CDBG-I program procurement policy. The plan now indicates information for the new NC digital system for procurement, what needs to happen after multiple failed sealed bidding attempts, clarification on cost reasonable requirement, clarification on change orders and contract amendments, and bid negotiation. So basically what we're doing is we're updating the procurement policies specifically for CDBG for this project. So we just need approval of taking in these changes.
I make that motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. That's been around for a while. Ordinance 02, 2024.
I'll take this. So, well, sorry, for those of you that are left,
For the people
for
on
the few
YouTube.
that, and everybody on the internet. This came up at the retreat. The board has discussed appointing Ms. Pickett, town manager, to also serve as finance director. State law requires that you have a finance director. This would appoint her as interim until you find a suitable replacement. There is no expiration, therefore, it is effective today, and then it will last until you find someone to fill that role permanently.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve ordinance number 02-2024.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. You gonna do this one? All right.
I can. I believe it's got my name on it, so I better. So this is another approval for Cross Point. That project's moving along, and they have gotten to the point now where they have completed installation of an 8-inch water line, and they need to now give to us, and we will henceforth, once you approve this, if you see fit to maintain it. About over a year ago now, we came up with a new procedure and associated application and requirement for supporting documents when these situations come about, so we can hopefully avoid what we found a lot in the past, which was utility lines without easements and doubt as to who had responsibility for them or who had the right or responsibility to maintain them and so forth. So there's a lot of attachments there, but essentially this is them giving us that water line that services that property out there, that new commercial development, and also an associated easement with it. So the map in there probably has more information than anything. They've provided a bond as required by your new policy and a year warranty.
Well, I'm surprised Mike's not here tonight.
Mike who?
Maseko.
Oh.
He's the guy in Raleigh that signed this.
We've been working on this for a while. I don't think I think they're confident that this is a good thing. I don't want to be presumptuous, so.
I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Now we're on G, which was added which is, you want to cover that?
I can cover this too. This is a proposed planning and zoning administration services independent contractor contract. So the fancy way of saying this is the paper that hopefully, we haven't heard back, right, from the, Mr. Paul Embler yet, set this out to review. This also was discussed at the retreat, so apologize it wasn't in your packet. I just drafted it last night and this morning. So this is a standard form that you've seen before. We've used it for inspections and other independent contractors that we've hired. Obviously, this is a little different because this was for planning, business end of it, there would be on the exhibit, all the different activities and services that we need him to provide to us in an interim capacity, $60 an hour, and a minimum of 3 days a week or 24 hours a week is what I've put in there. So again, I know you've discussed this, but this is the actual contract that needs to be approved, contingent on obviously Mr. Embler approving it and not having any changes, which if there were anything major, we'd bring it back to you.
This is a guy that had his own engineering firm many, many years ago. And he spent 17 years in Smithfield as their planner. And he's been consulting for a number of years now. And I think he would be a good guy to bring in to kind of help us get through until we can get somebody new. And he comes highly recommended too. And he's willing to do this, so that will be a big help.
I make a motion that we approve.
All in favor say aye. Opposed, no.
Thank you.
Town managers report.
So you have my February report with all the things going on that I've attended, meetings, and you also have the Wooten Company, their staff report for projects. So if you have any questions, let me know. Y'all had a very in-depth conversation with the Wooten Company on Saturday. I also wanted to just have everybody, we're going to send out a notice, but on March the 18th at 7 o'clock will be our joint UDO meeting between the town commissioners, the planning board, and the UDO, and any public that, wants to attend.
It's going to be in this room.
It'll be in this room. The 18th. It's a Monday. It's next Monday. It's next Monday, yes. Also, we have our Easter Festival and Egg Hunt is on March the 28th. Is it at Vias Park, Matt? March the 23rd. I'm so sorry. I see 3, but I said 8. And at Vias Park? 10 to 2. And then offices will be closed on the 29th for Easter. And I also want to say that this month, the town was able to host Johnston County in their Battle of the Books for the middle school. They were here Friday a week ago. There's a lot of kids running around Town Hall. It was a very successful event. They will be back later in the month for the elementary school round. So I was really pleased that we could provide them that space. But I also want to thank the Town Hall staff because we don't have a maintenance guy right now. And everybody has pitched in to clean bathrooms, to clean the auditorium, to vacuum. I came in yesterday and Jay was downstairs with the cart wheeling out of a bathroom. He had just got done cleaning it up. So I just want to thank everybody at Town Hall that has pitched in and kind of gone above and beyond, honestly, and as well as all the other departments. But we've had a lot of traffic in the auditorium with the play that has gone on and Battle of the Books, and we've had some pageants. And so I thank everybody for pitching in and helping out. That's all I got.
Kim, have y'all got a job description out there as far as?
We do. It's online.
Max?
No comment.
I'm sorry.
I do have one thing, somewhat substantive. Normally, I'm just new and have a good night and all that. I will be out of town the second meeting this month, if the board still keeps that on track to happen, considering you're having a meeting next week too. I can participate remotely. I will be in a different time zone, so and I will make arrangements if there's questions or I need to be consulted during that meeting. Don't miss a lot of meetings, so just want to let y'all know that.
Which meeting night?
The second,
18th?
the,
Was there a second
no,
meeting?
the 28th.
Okay.
You have that would be your second regularly scheduled meeting.
So don't call is what you're saying.
You can always, anyone in this room can always call me to make sure. No, you can always call me. I know what time it'll be, and I'll be available in case
I
something comes up.
appreciate you putting that contract together in short notice.
No problem.
Max,
Nothing to say.
Yeah.
I'm good.
yes, sir.
Oh, yes. I would like to thank the town, Tyler and Derek, anyone that was involved in making Black History Month and honoring me so successful. I had a lot of good feedback. My friends and all that visited Benson that day were very impressed with everything. I just wanted you all to know that I really appreciate it.
She was a good soldier for the Black History Month, and that really did a good job and got a lot of credit for what she's done all her life. Yes, Maxine?
No, I'm fine.
Will?
I'm good.
Today, I went to Four Oaks to the ribbon cutting for the new school that's being built right outside Four Oaks, right on 95. And I bet there was 100 people there for that program. And I think that's gonna make a big difference in the training that our people in this area will be able to go to if they want to. If we have people coming in that looking people to do a job for them, then I think it'll give us a chance to have more people available than we've had before. So I think we broke the record tonight.
Told you it's been quick.
It's 10 minutes to 8. Anything else to come before the board? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
And I make a motion that we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you.
All right.
See you.
All right, buddy.